Good morning. おはようございます。Never get anything good in recruits. Hey. Why do I even keep recruiting, dude? Or maybe I just don't waste a recruit token if there's nothing good here. Like what? Sniper slow? I mean, any of the faster deploy and specialize. Defender healing. What is up, Sonic? What is up? Hello, hello. Wait, do I even want to do this? What can you give a defense? I remember defense is a special one, right? Apple tools, recruiting, defense. Start organized today on an account my friend gave me to start from. Oh no. Restarting. Porter, Vanguard, Starter, DP, Recov, and Defense. That's not much you can get, huh? I'll just do defense then, fuck it. These are trash. You got anything with debuff defense? No, they're two separate ones. Ah, fuck it, let's just put something in there. Ranged. Melee. I don't like recruiting. Recruiting's a little bit annoying. A little bit annoying. Oh, really? They're still working. OP. This is gold. Oh. I think it's almost done. Where's Click? Oh, over here. EXP. No, it's medals. Good enough for now. There we go. Oh man. Grab your tea. Grab your snacks. Is we about to keep going? Also, is this up yet? No, it's not. It's tomorrow. No, it's not tomorrow either. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Man, having to wait for this is so bullshit, dude. Absolute bullshit. Is there an IS node that gives the things? IS2 perhaps? I think I got everything in IS2 though. Not the deep investigation ones, obviously, but these are a lot. Holy, what does this give? They don't give the things. Never mind. That's 4. Oh. Medic, and that's the chip. That's the big one too. That's not what I need. Those aren't what I need either. Already got everything from IS5 besides this, I guess. The chip pack. And it's not Defender anyways. Man. I haven't done anything in this. Hyamore? I never seen her around. Never seen anyone use her. Oh, should I have two new things? I forget. Unlock. Is there? Not doing Mansfield Break. Unless it's the very last one. Breaking the ice. Lingering echoes. Ideal City, Endless Carnival, Lingering Echoes. Minimalist, man. Alright. It's okay, once we get Jessica going, we'll be able to beat that IS5. That one squad. We haven't been able to fucking do anything about it yet. Fuck. Alright, let's get started with 13. Hold up, there's a blue. There's a blue node. Also, we're in 197, I just noticed. More money. Feels good. One more 1316. Get me to the adverse version, dude. Come on. Enemy movement speed is increased. What the fuck do you mean they just come over here and drop over here? Huh? How bad can it be, dude? How bad can it be? Let's see. Let us see. Let's grab a Nan, grab a Saria, right? I don't want Exia. Do want a Texas. Cantabile. Alright, and let's grab a Thorns, not on Tuya. KOV, Suzuran, Mostema Ea. So Ascalon and last one, who do we go for? Let's go for red.
断を信じるわ。二度と道を踏み外さないように導いてくれる。そうでしょ。
This should be good enough, right? Should be good enough. Maybe a penance, but we'll see. It's Mr. Guard. Sometimes I think that if there really is a creator responsible for these lands, he is one cruel bastard. Came with a really awful disease where you feel your body being consumed, gradually being replaced by these crystals, helpless to do anything to stop it. You can feel your very self being removed from your body day by day. You can only accept it. This creation of orpathy is actually one of the gentler ones across the lands. The infected and the uninfected. 9 tells me our persecution is as old as civilization itself. So what about the poor and the rich, slave and noble, foreigner and local, disabled and able-bodied, even abnormal and normal? I don't care about Mr. Guard. I'ma be honest. Good news or bad news? The good news is that the workshop's still intact. The forest headed good. The Duke and the Sarkaz never got to use it as an outpost. The bad news is someone's living there. We saw lights. I walked up, identified myself, and the lights went out. But they put out the lights. That means they're wary of us. Fighters are ready for anything. No, let's not be hasty. They might just be cautious or fearful. Don't jump to conclusions. And anyway, Red's carrying a pretty long blade. Anyone want to play it safe? Why don't I go? I'll have a word with them. It's enough. The more men we send, the more nervous they'll be. Besides, if they mean us harm, a few more hands wouldn't make a difference. I don't care about the reunion, dude. Give me more Dr. Amia Kelsey. Certainly was a distillery. Secret distilleries like this are common enough in Victoria, dodging around punishing taxes imposed by the lords. They could be used to make crude medication for the infected. Soaking, mixing, distilling herbs would work. But purification? No way. Starting to admire the Victorian reunion. They found this place and turned it into a distribution center for medicine. When did they start calling themselves reunion and build all this? I'm not sure. All I know is that the building is just an old house covered in vines now. No movement around, no lights in the house. I pick up flashes by the window. Red was right. There are people here, and they've spotted me. I dust off my clothes. And fix my hair, trying to look more presentable. Up. Hello, anybody home? Hello, knock. I am Guard. My name's Guard. I've got a team nearby. I'm pretty sure you saw them earlier. Don't worry, we mean no harm. Victorian reunion used to use this workshop to make medicine. It brought hope to a lot of infected around Londinium. Its medicine even circulated among the workers in the sewer below the city's industrial districts. Whoever you are, you know the war is turning a lot more people infected. We want to get things going again here to help them. Since you're occupying the place, we need your cooperation. We can provide medicine or other supplies. We'll trade fair. The doorknob turns and I grip the hilt of my sword. Everything we've been through, I know it's pretty likely I'll be staring down a pitchfork or hatchet next. I'm numb to that sort of thing now. The door opens. Reunion, you said. Your clothes. Who are you? Maze, come in. Holy shit. That's a distillery, alright. There are more people hiding inside than I guessed, and it's quite the group. Some of them are obviously infected, while others leaning against the wall are probably ordinary refugees from the city. They're all looking over silently, watching me and the woman in Victorian reunion uniform. Look away and clear out. The crowd falls back, and Maze lead me past their collective gaze. These people are terrified. Are you in charge here? This place is under my control. Find a place to talk. Percival is in Victorian Reunion too. Our organization doesn't exactly have franchising procedures, and once word of name spreads around, the Reunion flags started popping up on all sorts of places. That also mean there has been various acts of violence, acts of revenge taking place under the Reunion name. Kind of thing that happened in Chernobyl. Start looking at this maze. You seem nervous. Your gait is unnatural. Unnatural gait. In the deepest depth of the workshop. Here we are. Nobody comes in here. So your reunion, the real reunion. You came from the north? From Ursus? Yes, Ursus, Colombia, and now we're in Victoria. That's a ways. Your uniform, it's... I used to be a bedsheet. Or I used a bedsheet. I used to be a bedsheet. Mail. I used a bedsheet. Ran to a group from Ursus before. They said you dress like this. I think I got the emblem right. Looks a bit big. Did you come here just to mock my handiwork? So you control this place just because you're dressed up in the garb of the infamous reunion. Let's get to the point. I don't have much time. You want to get this place up and running again to start making medicine? Yes, if news got out that Reunion is running the place again? No. Things are more complicated than you know. We have all kinds of people here. I'm worn out, breaking up the daily fights between infected and uninfected. And you want to make infected medicine? You might as well blow this place up. It's hard to keep a balance between them. You're a Reunion, aren't you? At least you claim to be, more or less. Who are you people? What else would they be? Homeless infected? War refugees? People who have lost everything. We all need a roof over our heads. At first came here with a few other infected and we found this ruin. Later more people came, including some less than honest folk. We don't take anyone else in anymore. I'm glad to see you, reunion comrades. I don't want to worry anyone here. They're conspiring with us to wipe out the uninfected in our midst. Whether or not it's just a pretext to get us to open our doors to you, we can trade supplies, but let's leave it at that. There are plenty of uninfected there, so I get what you're saying. But I still think it would be a good idea to talk it over with your people before you come to a decision. As long as we can get back to making medicine here, we can come to a long-term agreement. No thanks. Now, off with you. It was nice meeting you. Want to take this place? You're welcome to it, as long as you can take it. Can see your expression behind the mask. Alright then. I turn around nevertheless, getting ready to leave. A reunion. Yes? Is Talala with your group? She is. Another Talala worshipper? Sure enough, she's our banner, and that's her cage now too. Here she has a nomadic city. Does that city of hers only take the infected? If you haven't been infected, are you allowed to go there? I've heard from the passing caravans, I heard it is a nice place. There's some people here in less than ideal positions. Refugees from wilderness, orphans without a single relative. Talk of that reunion city has everyone full of hope. But you only stand with the infected, right? The city? There might be a misunderstanding here. Did you tell him to do it? Have you gone mad? What are you talking about? Those idiots. He might have been a fighter in the war here, or some big important figure here to doom us all. We might be just a couple hours from a battalion of Sarkas coming in here to wipe us out. It was your people. Those infected, they killed the Sarkas in the warehouse. Bollocks. He was infected too, he's going to explode, right? We need to deal with him. Let's take a look. Where the fuck are we, dude? On the ground lies a corpse of a Sarkaz. I know this guy. The Sarkaz who rode a motorbike. He was a junk man. Going around selling stuff he took off the dead. He was clearly beaten to death. limbs twisted up in unnatural ways. His hands are tied. He must have tried to break free, judging by his bloody wrists. The gathered crowd is mostly silent. I feel a chill, leaving me briefly speechless. He's dead, and sarcasms aren't so strong. Here's the medicine he had on him, and some stale bread. The one who did the killing doesn't look well. He indifferently breaks off a piece of bread and hands it to someone beside him. I deserved it. Someone spits on the ground, Haku, in your face. One of them noticed me, approaches me while chewing a piece of bread taken off the dead man. You're with your reunion, aren't you? Maze never told us how we could join you. I've been silent for a while, calming myself down. I lowered his hands for him, spotting the urgent crystals growing on his arm. Why did you do it? Did he threaten you? Try to hurt you? Huh? Why? It's as if he suddenly loses interest, stumbling over to a nearby crate and taking a seat. When the sarcasm burned our farm and humiliated my daughter, did anyone ask why? He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't a murderous devil from Kazdel. He was just a wandering hawker, selling his wares on the battlefields. He even helped you. What does he mean? Was he reunion too? I am reunion. You lot must know what it is reunion fights for. Sure, you're fighting for all the infected. This man that you tortured to death, the one who never even got a chance to share his name, wasn't he infected? But he was a sarcasm. Ah yes, the fucking racist. Medicine and compassion cannot help the infected in a way that matters, but solidarity and strength can. Solidarity. The infected have no homeland. We share the same fate, the same sorrow. These people don't understand. They've never thought about that. But what about us? Will the veteran from Ursus on the team treat the infected from Casimir as well? Can Sancta infected coexist with Sarkaz? Even a Rhode Island eye. What about the future? If we succeed one day, and the Emperor of Ursus vows to stop massacring the infected, if he agrees to grant us land and cities, in this beautiful, seemingly impossible future, will reunion and will the infected start killing each other? Will we fracture, collapse, and give him another chance to butcher us? Thanks, Sneaky. Thanks, Jules. However you want to be called. The guard, his corpse is glowing. He's about to fucking blow, dude. I had no idea his condition was so serious. Let's call me Sneaky. Okay, I'll call you Sneaky too then. Or did he really not leave any medicine for himself? Trying to save for money for some future that would not be his own? This dude's about to fucking explode. Innermost one. Hurry, we have to throw him in there. Damn it all. I need a second protection for the nose, mouth, and wounds. Raisin and I lifted Sarkaz's corpse and kicked open the door. Upon opening, my personal regiment monitor started beeping incessantly. I've never heard the alarm going so intensely before. So many infected were possessed here. Every inch of the room is covered with a thick layer of origin dust, crystal clusters forming in the corners. Danger no longer sufficient to describe the urgency of the situation. I don't know when things are going to get out of hands for this place, but putting a disintegrating infected in here is definitely not a good idea. It was years they were being processed in here. Nah, the whole place is fucking blown, dude. The one dressed in reunion uniform is struggling with the machinery in the deepest depth of the workshop. Let me pull that lever. Did you work here before? But you're not infected. Thanks for not exposing me. Wholehearted. Where did you get that reunion outfits? It used to be a reunion base, and somebody died here. Don't test my patience. I was a worker here. The reunion lot took over the distillery and they needed hands to run the machine for them. The mercenary hired by the Lord attacked and I ran. I'm not infected, and why should I die here with those reunion? So why'd you come back? Why? Because I had nowhere else to go, damn it. Well, the reason why I end up trading my life for a secret distillery. I'm not infected, but sometimes I feel like I'd rather be with reunion. At least they have something to fight against. They have a purpose. Oh, harder, it's stuck. Just open the switch on this unloading port. Reunion left behind a whole lot of material. The doctor said this was the cheapest painkiller formula. They were working on it for a long time. It only relieves pain, but that's enough, right? But this, can I be a genuine part of reunion? I might be allowed to home in a nomadic city. Take a deep breath and throw out a kick. It makes me sore. The lever finally loosens. The machine comes to life. The giant hopper tilts to one side, and what falls out of it is countless petals. She hurriedly picks up the herbs scattered across the ground and carefully piles them in her arms. If I don't consider where exactly I am, I feel like it could be a beautiful sight, just like that city. We don't have a city. Those reunion guys all said, "Are you well, yeah, nomadic city, a city, you know, people without a home, people with nowhere to go, and infected across the world are growing more and more numerous. It's not that the disease is becoming more virulent, it's just that the world is becoming more cruel. The great worthies have so much to say about the modern era we live in, an unprecedented era of high-speed battleships, nomadic cities, of industry. How enlightened our era is, how tragic our era is. Stand together. And the infected really stand together, naturally? How do we stand with, or who do we stand with? Is this just the infected? That nomadic city we're dreaming of, does it have a place for them? Is the city enough to accommodate everything? Take the herbs, we need to leave. There's no application to join reunion. If you're willing to fight side by side with us, you are the reunion. It's not only the infected who wants to resist. And besides, I need you to help me figure out who killed that sarcasm man. They need to be punished. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Run, run, run. We make our way quickly through the gigantic tanks. Some places have already started collapsing. The air is full of the pungent scent of alcohol, with smoke floating in from somewhere. This workshop, where the Victorian reunion began, is about to go up in flames. We're almost there quickly now. The waves of an intense heat hit. Maze struggled to stay standing. The herbs in her arms are lifted by the hot air. Ah, rip. Maze is dead. Material's gone. F. Above our heads rolls the sound of a buckling metal. Alright, I push her away. And I jump up with all my strength and gather up the petals. Holy explosion. Guard's dead. I collapse. It's hot. Sun is burning. I'm burning. Is that the exit? A few steps further. But they're watching behind me. Those eyes, are they judging me? Or just judging my insignificant death? What did they expect of me? I can't think about it. I can't. Maybe I let them down with their deaths. They should hope for a more meaningful end for me. Like, I don't know. Dying on the steps of the palace in deity Gifferberg. Anyway, not here. Not dying for an unaffected woman I just met. Holding some broken petals in my arms. How could I face them here? And I still need to face them. Take them and go. The exit's right ahead. Don't lose time. Don't lose them this time. I might have crushed some of the petals. Give them to a woman named Nine. She knows what to do. Don't dawdle. Move. It burns. I remember the afternoon when I first learned I had orpathy. What was exactly the cause of my infection? I still don't actually know. Maybe it was the time I fell in the river and something scratched my leg. Might have been an active origin crystal instead of rock. Maybe it was the dust I inhaled in the mines. Maybe it was industrial waste from the factories, maybe. When I got home, the smell of smoke in the room hadn't dissipated. My luggage was packed and placed on a table where we usually ate together. I found the salt lake, but I wasn't lucky. Maybe I chose the wrong place. There was no boat at the time. I owe a lot to Rhode Island operator who came over and talked to me when I was sitting by the lake. Who was it? 9. Red. Percival. Alola. Gah. I'm not sure if I'll be burned to cinders by the time you find me, but I hope this recorder survives. Are we fighting for all the infected? Whether there's despicable upper class or even royalty? Or other people we unite with, people who want to fight alongside? Only the infected? Only them? Alright, how the fuck do we do this?
この剣でお前たちが生きる価値をその肉体ごと切り裂いてやる。自分の思うままに。
I mean, so this is like from here to here, right? So if I fight them right here, we're fine. Oh, this fucking guy, huh? Oh, you fuck. Oh, you're dead. Okay. Oh hell no, you're not living. Whatever. Fuck, shit, oh, they're gonna fucking... So annoying. Okay. Bang. There's still enemies left? Da 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 da. So much damage, holy shit.
をかけるつもりはない。命令を。
素晴らしい
GG's. Oh, A's on a S1. Oops. I think I still really just want A on S3. S3 is just so good, but S1 is just AFK. Oh shit, welcome to Night City. When I was still in the LGD, I used to spend my afternoons going around the city. I knew very well my duty, what I was expected to fight against. We wielded law and order as a weapons to curb chaos, resolve disputes, fight crime, and right wrongs. Back then, I thought people were just so easily corruptible. All of us are born pure and without flaw, but evil creeps in with age, like how mold corrodes every branch and leaf on a paint. I used to think this land could be rid of evil if we were strong enough, selfless enough. I held that belief until I became infected, until I went to Longman's slums. And I realized that justice is even weaker than men are. When mutated plants grow from dirty soil, are the flowers in the greenhouse qualified to critique their twisted forms? Do they have the authority to cut off their branches? There's no way we can talk about the same kind of justice until we share the same soil. Yeah, the whole thing's fucking burning, dude. Holy. That guard is fucking dead. Hurry, get everyone out of the building as far as away as possible. My stuff's still inside. It's all my family has. What stuff? Pillows and a mattress. The last of the belonging I took from my home. Are you mad? Follow me back to where it's safe. You haven't got infected yet, right? Better count yourself lucky for that. The crowd's so chaotic. There's so many people running out from there. You don't know who's infected and who isn't. And there might even be some wanted fugitives among them. They don't know where they even came from. In this fire, we're not far from the battlefield. Who knows what kind of attention we'll attract. We could leave right now. We're not responsible for this fire. Was it you lot who brought the Sakuras here? Not us. It's all because of you infected. Could have hidden here for so much longer if it weren't for you. Endless verbal abuse. If you don't want to move, I can send you back into the fire. What if we weren't infected? Open your eyes. We're not the ones who caused you to lose everything you owned and made you huddle together in an abandoned distillery with nothing but clothes on your back. We're no difference except for the stones in our bodies. We had everything taken from us by this disease, but you haven't experienced how hard it gets. And yet, here you are in the same wretched plight as us. Have I had a finger chewed off by a machine on the assembly line? Been thrown out of a factory? Had your house burned down by some lord? You yell about injustice you suffer, but you're not the only ones who live unfair lives. The Viscount who burned down my home, everyone says his son actually has orthopathy, but so what? A bigwig like him can just send his son to fancy hospital in Colombia. Because we don't want to remain enslaved in those chains. No one ever said you couldn't fight against it. Oh, now it's I don't have your arts. Tell Red to bring a few of his men to monitor our surroundings. The battlefronts near us are currently at a deadlock, so the warring parties might be unable to spare any manpower to inspect distant fire. First of all, help me come down to people who just escaped and get their names as you examine and provide medical treatment. We'll stay here for one more day at most to be safe. I'm familiar with burns, respiratory blockage. We both made it out of Chernobyl after all. I've entered a scene like this before, back in Longman, multiple times. as an LGD officer and as a slum resident. Good old LGD. Or I mean loss and also destruction. And we see tears falling upon charred remains. Sometimes they're from infected, and other times they're regular citizens. And at moments like these, rumors were spread through the spectating crowd. The casualty were few infected, or perhaps they're regular citizens. Maybe he was infected exacting revenge on his neighbors who had harassed him, or maybe his uninfected neighbors were fed up with all the sick people hiding just next door. But no one has ever questioned why fires uptown are always extinguished as soon as possible. While the big blazes that destroy several buildings and cause an unclear number of casualties always happen in the slums. I burst through the distillery doors, but I witnessed a portion of the building fiercely collapsing not far from the exits. A single hand extends from the metal and debris, holding onto guard's recorder. Or are the people we unite with the people we want to fight alongside? Only the infected? Only them? The infected are just accumulation of all the decay there is. We gather as one because of our shared experience. What unites us is not just disease. Let's say we meet a noble abusing his power to exploit people. How will we treat him if he was actually infected? Can't use our infection as our sole criteria and slogan. Our companions must share the same belief. We will not only retaliate against the humiliation we suffered, but also liberate the same people who have caused us pain. We're not the only ones enslaved across these lands, so we should stand with them together. We need to get them to stand with us. Many years ago, when I had just become infected, I really loved drinking. Back then, Ace warned me that if I carry on with that hobby of mine, I'll die with my drink someday. Here I am in a distillery, how ironic. And you replayed this so many times now. I know. I've been wondering, if it really did manage to build a city for the infected, what would it look like? Are you sure it wouldn't be a hospice at its core? All we do in that city is to wait for everything to be recovered in a blink of disintegrated origin dust. For our deaths to come one by one. Yes, we can't just wait for our ends to come like this. 9. Talula. What is it? I'm thinking of leaving your group for a bit. Yesterday, I met some people among the refugees who escaped from Londinium. They mentioned some matters I'm very concerned about. And maybe someone I've been seeking this whole time is still hiding in there. So I'll be heading over. Londinium isn't safe at all right now. I think Talula already told you about me. You're long-lived. Yes, there's no way for me to die. I'll become more and more sick of this reality of mine. Or just get your longevity in the first place. Longevity, huh? How did I first come to realize the joke that fate played on me? I had my fair share of happy days too. I came to know the one and only wife I've had children, a family, devoted my heart and soul to Urgent Arts research. Of course, I was the primary focus of my studies. My children grew up while we grew old. Everything was going as natural order of things. Until my wife died in an accident, war broke out, and I was forced to leave my children. I suddenly realized in the years I spent as a refugee that I hadn't changed at all. The emperors started a war, a king was hanged years later, and then the duke's conspiracies came to light. Afterwards, the sarcasm. I didn't change a single bit in all those years until today. I had nightmares every day, and in them I hear a voice I don't recognize, or maybe it's just every voice I recognize calling out to me together. It makes you live forever, and only happiness can kill you. Actually, I was already aware of this early on, but What can I even do to feel happiness and relief? I have no right to make you stay, but there's no need to say your goodbyes so quickly. If you wish to return to the nexus of the war, we might have to go our separate ways. Is that so? I thought you would return to Colombia after gathering up enough hands. Running to another place will never put a stop to anything. Fair enough. Perhaps the foes we're facing are fundamentally similar. Also, leave a bouquet of flowers of regard on my behalf. Percival, I'm fine, I just got some smoke in my eyes. We're done registering the third batch of the infected, and all 7 of them have gotten medicine from this workshop before. They told me many infected used to gather and live in a tiny village near this forest to access the workshop. When the workshop was destroyed, most of them left or died, but some still remain close by. They're all drawn here by the huge blaze. Look at the petals given to me by the person they call Maze. Reunion doctors here spent their lives here for these herbs, and according to her, Guard also died for them. I recognize most of these plants. The infected used to chew them for pain relief before modern pharmaceutical companies were a thing. Perhaps the effectiveness of our crude drugs can improve by referencing these, even if just by a little. We can't simply wait for our end, watch ourselves wither away. There's more work to be done. Guard, we didn't manage to clean conclusion our last discussion, but I have to make a decision on my own now. You'll hold a little farewell rite for Guard, and it won't take much time to do so. Right. I'll make some flowers bloom here. The enormous blaze burns throughout the nights. We finally abandon our efforts to recover Guard's body. Red finds a beautiful sturdy tree, its trunk perfectly pointing up towards the sky. He digs a hole and buries that cute towel of guards in it. Flowers grow around the freshly dug soil. The floral pattern on that towel was too crude. A guard like this suits him better. I'm done questioning everyone that came out of the workshop. The sarcasm who died in the underground warehouse, the one who rode a motorbike. He was murdered by a few infected Victorians. They were driven out of their home